Hello, I'm gonna be recording the pod now. Yeah, it's WeustiS. Um, yes. So small
I
things
see you
right
going
now.
with the
This is
rhythm.
just an admin command. It's just a
Oh,
program
racist
that
dance.
you can
I
draw
love her
with.
dance
I
so
know
much.
it's
I'll be
just
using
rhythmic
that a little
too. I
bit.
like it. Let me see.
Is this about to be a dance party? Oh, this is amazing. Very nice. Just rocking
God, looking perfect.
it. Amazing.
Just imagine Tracer's dance with the elf suit on and like a Christmas.
Actually,
Okay, here we go.
We are strong. Just like in training. Visualize, then execute.
So small notes right at the beginning is just you have this Orisa, so you're going to be wanting to play a little bit behind her shield, just trying to use it as cover. And then you can move up a little bit to try to get your own charge. Then once it goes down, you want to make sure that you have your own barriers to protect your friends. Because Zarya is really good with comboing with the main tanks to protect them and also to get charge. Alone, not as good, but since you do have the Orisa, it's going to be good for you. Alright, I hear a Pharah. Who else do you guys have? Widow. Nice spray, nice spray.
I
Nice,
dance
oh
for
man,
food.
dancing emote too, that's just, you got it going.
Ah, oops. We dance for food. Dance for ice cream. Yeah. I love her.
So since you have the sim, you might be a little bit lower on healing, so you will have to play a little bit more passive. Just keep that in mind.
Us dance.
Clap, clap. You can hear
Me
it.
too.
It's
Clap,
like
I'm so
clap.
perfect.
happy.
I know.
Barriers on you.
Okay, shield there. She was falling back, but I can see why. Just because they had that Widow. Maybe not amazing, but it'll be back up in
Ooh. Motherfucking Widowmaker? Oh, well, what am I doing? We got a Gunjo. We got a Gunjo.
Monkey.
Not a great shield there. The Orisa shield was still up, and she's probably not going to move in front of her shield. So it's better to just save your shield for once hers go down. Her shield goes down, because then, like right here, you could be shielding her to get charge. Personal barrier there was still while you were behind the other shield, so you could have saved that.
Come here, bitch.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
You gotta be a little bit careful there. You start to take a lot of damage, and since they do have that Widow, that's a lot of burst damage at you. Um, just try to be careful. Usually, since they have a Widow, if you're under 300 health, I like to just stay behind a wall or make sure I have my shield open, just to try to protect myself. Thanks, Java.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, oh,
Widowmaker.
oh, 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 oh.
She like two-shot me. Yeah.
So
How you
at
gonna
this
do
point,
that?
your main tank's dead, so you need to play a little bit more passive and use your shields to protect people. I would try, so just real quick, like here's the gate. Here's this little top area. I would try to make sure you're playing in this area, or even maybe um, in this area, because that'll keep you alive and it'll let you shield people if, like, say, the Widow comes here, if they start to push out the front.
That's McCree. Oh, no.
So you can see the Widow above. I believe she just got killed. Don't know who. I think it was on your sim.
Oh, my
Winston
God.
jumps in. Good shield there.
Yeah.
Great shield there. You got a lot of charge. Usually it's not worth it to shield against Winston since they can just stop shooting. It's not that much lost time for them. But since they also have the McCree there and whoever else behind doing damage to you, it was good. Since you have both of your bubbles down right now, I would suggest moving around this way and trying to hide, or moving onto the point and around here, or moving onto the point, focusing this person, then going to get this mega. Since you are getting low. Come on, really? Ooh.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh.
So yeah, right here you can see you're super low. Genji's right behind you. McCree's right behind you. Um, Winston's right in front of you. Widow's way back near the gate. Since your team is dying, I would suggest just dying also here just to try to wipe. If you ever do get in a situation like this where you know like you're gonna lose the fight, pick a big tank like Winston and just shoot at him because he's got a nice big hitbox here to allow you to just get as much ult charge as you want to before you die.
Oh, there it goes.
Turrets are
God.
down. That's it.
Yeah,
Maybe
they have
more
it.
damage?
they don't have any healers. All right, so they have. Let's look at both the comps now. Fair Mercy, that'll be good for DPS. Widow, Rhine, you should be playing with this Rhine. I know they were Orisa, but now that their Rhine will be a little bit easier. Rhine's good against the kind of double sniper thing that they're going as well as the double DPS. That's awesome that you have a Rhine for them. Winston and Genji are the dive. The main person that has to watch out for that is Widow. This probably looks like a big bunch of random lines. I would suggest just team comp wise, maybe Sim switching to someone who can protect a little bit better, maybe like a Lucio that can just speed boost people away or into the Widow and the Hanzo. What you need to worry out for or this is this Widow and the Hanzo because what you know they can do is they can just sit, you know, they can be here and then you're here and you know sure you're barrier yourself and they'll just wait and then once your barrier goes down they'll start shooting at you and you know that's 120 to 300 DPS basically, or not DPS but per shot.
They've
Not
got
to mention scatter arrows, which will really
they've got
mess
2
you up.
DPS and 2 snipers, but they don't have a healer.
Yeah, no
We should take
healing.
advantage of that.
Ways to take advantage of that is just like either focus, large focus, big dive comms, coordination, where you know you pick one target, usually like the tank, and then one another, and then another, and then another, and then another, and just you know move back and forth between them, or just a lot of like spread out damage to like Tracer, Genji, things like that, because you know then it'll pressure people away and they have to run get health packs. Meanwhile, your team's cleaning up the main fight. Torb's really good too because the turret just does consistent damage, but the turret might die really fast because of the or because of the Widow Hanzo. Yeah, I would definitely shield her Sim here because she's about to get sniped.
Die on me. Up there.
Alright, so they're starting to take high ground, which isn't necessarily very good for you guys. I would definitely make sure that you're holding up here. It's called, so loft is over that way. This is called balcony. This is just called like upper usually. There's different call outs, but you know, it's whatever. But I would make sure that your team is here because this allows, if they come around here, your Rhine can just stand right here. Ooh, wrong color. Right here with a big barrier. And shield any incoming damage, and then you guys can just shoot down onto them. And if they try to come up this stairway, it's a huge choke for you guys. Easy, easy hold, because they have no shields except for Winston.
Shit.
Overall, this isn't this whole match. I'm not expecting a lot, just because Zarya has so many counters with the dive and the Widow Hanzo. Oops.
Where is she?
It's tough to get any charge from comps like this.
Oh, right side, right side, right side.
Turn that down a little bit. Nice necklace, by the way.
Top left.
Alright, so they know you're there, and they do have the Widow, so I'd be a little bit careful, but since you have your Mercy on you now, you're probably good to go. Oopsies.
Widow just keeps murdering.
Ding, 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 ding.
She's up here.
He is back right. Yeah.
Alright, so they have the double DPS. The Mercy should still be behind you guys, and you have your Sim with you. You should be good to go. Small things is, I'm just going to talk about combos real quick, because I like to talk about this with all of my students, because it's very good. There's 2 main combos that Zarya can do. The first one is left click, right click, melee, and the other one is right click, left click, right click, melee. Difference is left click, right click, melee is a little bit better if you have super high charge and they don't necessarily see you, or they're a big target that's easy to track. And how that works is you left click, left click, left click, and then once they get about half-ish. So like, let's say this is the soldier's health bar. Once they get about like here to here, depending on how much charge you have, because this is around 70 health and this is around like 110, 120 health. Then you do a right click melee combo, and at no charge, right click is 47 damage plus 30 because of the melee. That's 77. So that'll kill anyone basically here and below. And at full charge, that's another 47 damage. So it ends up being uh, 94 plus 30, so 124 damage. So that's like all the way from here down. I'm just gonna clear all that real quick. And then right click, left click melee is a little bit different, a little bit harder, but since you're on console, it should be a little bit easier actually. How this works is, this is just normal fighting, works with any charge, and it works a little bit better, but it's a lot harder to do usually. Is you have your So this is just like a thing. You have your target here. Right click at their feet. This will bounce them up into the air, in which case you can left click them as they fall. So this will be damage, all this will be damage, and then you'll see where they're going to land because it's a nice predictable arc that's easy to learn. And then you right click again. And so these add up to like 47 times 2, that's 94 at 0 charge. And then this is easily enough to do a second of tracking, which is another 100. It's actually like 95, but yeah, so those are the two combos. I'd like to see you use one here, but this soldier will probably die pretty fast. You have your shield up, and you have a sim behind. Once your shield goes down, I would suggest you move behind the sim and use her to shield, and then just body block from then on. Alright, so you just took a lot of damage, and your sim died, so I would be very careful.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I do not know how that fell apart so fast.
Dude,
Crap.
people are walking at us.
Oh, your sim didn't? I guess your mercy died.
Crap.
Don't be afraid to take that health back right there.
Crap. Yoink.
So Genji's a little bit hard to hit. You have your sim with you. Genji's probably about to dash away, honestly. So I'd look to the left and just throw a right click out there to try to hit him if he does. Whoops. Nice.
Thank you. Oh my god, come on the point.
Alright, so at this point, like 3 of your people just died. So yeah, this is good. Focusing
Oh my god.
Focusing the Widow for a bit to get her out of position, that's not bad. Yes, you could have moved back around this way, and it probably would have been a little bit worse just because you wouldn't be able to pressure the Widow. That Widow was half, so I would like to have seen you maybe shield the person on point just to keep them alive for a little bit longer and then attack the Widow, and either get her way out of position so she has to run away to get a health back, or dead. And then you'd go on the point, obviously, but that's fine.
Goodness.
Also, who did you just walk past?
He's on the right side.
So right there would be a good right click melee kind of thing because you're 40 charge, he's about half health. Whoops. That was not where I wanted to skip to.
She's up here.
He is back right, yeah. He's on the right side.
Fuck. Oh my goodness.
Dude,
Crap.
people are walking at us down and
Crap.
keep dropping him.
Crap. Yoink.
So right then also would have been a good right click against that Genji just at his feet.
Thank you.
Just, a little bit of
Oh my
burst
god,
damage.
come on the point. What the hell?
Alright, so let's see. So Widow gets about half. That would have been a good right click melee. Yeah, this would have been a perfect time to do right click, left click, right click melee. Or even just like right click melee. Just because, she's a little bit more than half, so the first right click would have knocked her away, and then you would have known where she's going to land. Easy right click melee to finish it.
Oh god, the Widow.
That's okay. So you walked past Hanzo. That also would have been a good target to focus. You are a little bit low charge, but it would have at least gotten him out of position, which is okay.
Oh my goodness. What?
Oh, you didn't shield him.
Come on, you guys.
Alright, so if you armor now, Zarya with armor is super good because you can take a full 200 damage, and then it gets to your armor, and then it gets to your health. So armor stays on Zarya for a long time if you can stay playing with a healer, and it's so much harder to get through armor than anything else, especially on Zarya's, because it's just like you got to get through all of this shield, then you can just walk away for 3 seconds, and if you don't take damage in those 3 seconds, your shields start to regen, then they have to get back through the shields. And then armor's obviously how armor works is if you have damage that's over 10, it does X, meaning the amount of damage minus 5. So if it does 11 damage, then it will do 6 damage. And if it's less than 10 damage, less than or equal to 10 damage, it just does X over 2. So if it does 8 damage, it'll end up doing 4 damage. And if it does 3 damage, it'll end up doing... Ooh, does it round up? I believe it rounds up. No, it doesn't round up because it works in fractions. It'll do 1.5 damage. So if you took 3 damage 2 times, it'll do 3 damage.
The Widow's killing us out of spawn.
Wow.
There we go.
Yes, the Widow's out there. She's shooting your Mercy. I would be okay with you just using a shield to shield your Mercy here just because, you know, the fight's already won and it'll just make sure she doesn't die.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, I
See?
can't even get her.
Alright. Oh fuck! That was for Seraphim.
Oh, well, yeah. Don't be afraid to throw a right click there, just to pressure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
D.Va.
D.Va's going to be a great thing for your ult. You are low charge, so it's not going to be doing a ton. D.Va's armor is obviously works like X over 2, and each one of your bullets does like, I believe, 5-ish damage. Zarya's DPS doesn't actually work out the same way. Like, you wouldn't do 500. You shoot 20 a second, so you'd think you do 5 times 20, so 100 DPS. But you only do 95. So there's some magic stuff that Overwatch does there. But each one does 5, which means they're going to do like 2.5, which isn't amazing for your ult charge, but since D.Va is such a big target, it's usually worth it. Ooh, Bastion. Okay, Bastion's going to be a good shield for you. Big target priority for the other team, which means a lot of charge for you.
Yes, bitch.
A little bit too aggro there. Your shield was down and you kept moving up for a little bit. Just here, let me watch that again.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, I
See?
can't even get her.
Alright. Oh fuck! D.Va. Yes, bitch.
Yeah, so your shield went down all the way back there, and by that time they weren't even damaging you. So what would have been a little bit better is if you waited for them to maybe moved up to here, waited for them to start shooting at you, went down, 100 health just because, and then shielded. That'll give you like 20, 30 charge because it's a lot easier for people to not shoot at you than it is for them to stop shooting at you. Just always. That's just as a rule of thumb. So Zarya, you want to make sure you take a little bit of damage before you do it just to guarantee you get that extra charge. And then, I'd like to see, so you just play here with your shield up. Once your shield goes down, you back up behind this light post to top yourself up with your healer.
Genji's on the...
So you just saw Widow grapple top left, which means she's probably going to snipe someone. Big targets for Widow is, do this in yellow actually, Mercy, Sim, and Bastion behind you. Not as much use just since you have so much health. But I would just try to peek up there, see who she's looking at, and maybe shield them. Oops.
Top
Yep.
row. Widow's
Yeah, so
top
she's
right.
shooting at the fair. I didn't know the fair was there. That's whatever. You guys just lost one person, and that fair's the one that can combo with your ult the best. Why? Why? You were like right here. So you would definitely want to save this for either someone can combo like the Bastion, or till the fair gets back.
Hold on now. Hold on now.
Whenever you hear that, just peek around a little bit, make sure you're not in the way of it, and you can position yourself so that you don't have to walk into a worst case scenario. Just a lot safer to do that.
Okay. I need. Oh my goodness.
For example, right then, you could have just turned around for like half a second and just saw, oh, it's going right there. I'll make sure to drop down under the point instead of onto the point and take that health back down there.
Do we have res? No, not yet, not yet. Oh.
Oh, yeah. That's whatever. It's not awful because you do almost have grab, but they do have visor going on, so it's a little bit dangerous. Your shield will be up in once. You should be fine though.
Oh. That's, yeah. Not during an ult. That's a bad idea.
Alright.
Top Widow.
Winston jumps in. This should be your target right now,
Oh,
so you
leave
can.
me alone.
good there.
Um,
Oh, this is okay. Yeah, so this is why it's kind of harder on Zarya for this point, because Zarya's really good for just like holding the point and pressuring people who get on it. You can see that Winston, for example, you just shot him down and he died. But like the Divas here, I think that's the Hanzo. You got like Soldier Widow over there. There's no one close enough for you to do anything. So what you're doing now, just like kind of sitting on the point, like trying to protect people, is perfect.
oh my god, I'm totally dead. I am totally.
If you're super low and you have your shield, make sure that you have a goal before you use it. So like I'm gonna get behind this wall or I'm gonna get behind this health pack, because like right now you're super vulnerable going around this corner, and if a DPS sees you, for example that Soldier the Widow, they've hit you so they can see your health, they'll focus you, and you might die here, but I don't think you will.
Totally dead.
Ooh.
Oh boy,
Alright,
thank
you're
you.
good. Alright, Widow just popped walls. Yeah, shield your Widow so she can do that 1v1.
He was top left, or y'all can see it, never mind.
So you saw Hanzo up at the front. Again, you could just be throwing right clicks at him, but it is tough just because you're getting so little charge. Hopefully the next game will be a little bit better for charge-wise.
Why are you so after me on?
Ooh, that hurt.
No. Bitch. Leave, bitch.
Oh, fuck.
Leave, bitch.
Winston and Diva
Is she gonna jump off the
and
edge?
Soldier coming
She's
around
gonna
like
jump off
that.
the edge.
They're behind us.
One thing you could have done there, this is a little bit of a small thing, but it really helps to get all charged, but that doesn't really matter here, is if you throw a right click when someone's gonna jump off an edge, then it counts as you knocking them off, and you'll get 100% instead of 33%. Your sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Your shield's about to go down here. I would consider moving around and playing in this room. It's small spaces, which you might think, oh, but that's good for Hanzo because it's a big target. But it's also good for you because that's a right-click melee, or left-click, right-click melee, or right-click, left-click, right-click zone. Easy. Whoops. Right-click melee, right there would be a perfect right-click melee. When you have like one ammo left, it'll still do full damage, but it theoretically a right-click consumes 25. But if you have one ammo left, then it will still do full damage. So just a quick right-click melee at one ammo left finishes it off usually.
Don't
Whoops.
you dare. Goodbye.
Ooh, careful.
I'm gonna just. There we go.
Alright, so you have Grav, so I'd be playing more on the point here. Good shield there. Good shield. One thing you can do is just like walk up in front of the soldier and shield yourself because he's already shooting at you. Yep, there you go. Ideally, you throw a little right click there because it just helps burst people down. So like right here, you could left click, but like they might not die in case they get away really well. But if you throw a right click, it'll burst that last part of the health down. It's just faster and it stops people from getting away sometimes.
Remember me?
Yeah, so like just right there, a quick right click probably would have killed him by the time he was there. And you can use it with one ammo left, obviously. So again, it's a little bit more productive.
Oh, fucking hell. Gunjo.
I think he's above, like up there. You can throw a right click at him if you wanted to.
Oh.
That's nothing big. Alright, this Widow's peeking people left and right. They're probably about to push in. I'd be looking for a Grav. Good focus there. Not a great shield. You weren't taking any damage. Luckily, the soldier shoots you anyway.
Oh, Widow, chill.
Yeah, pressure that Widow. You're doing it. Jumping back and forth isn't always good when you're trying to not get hit by Widow because it's pretty predictable arcs as you fall. Again, that's why the right click, right click thing is so good because it's falling arcs in Overwatch are very predictable. So I would suggest stutter stepping left and right because you can't. The Widow doesn't know when you're gonna change direction, and they have to kind of compensate. So if they're aiming here and then you change here, they'll have to like way aim over here, and then you'll change here, and they'll be like, whoa. Other thing is just putting crouches in there always helps.
Fuck! Second.
He was thinking of nuke.
Not great to use both of your shields there. Let's see what happened though.
Woo. Fuck. Seraphim.
Okay, so you used them right before nerf this, so you didn't use them for nerf this, and you didn't know it was gonna come. I guess you used them because of the wall hacks, which is good. But using both of your shields is an open opportunity for enemies to go in because you can see like right here, they didn't probably coordinate this. They don't have this going on purpose, but nerf this is coming out and you have no way to protect people out in the open.
Oh my god.
Because yeah, your shields do go down.
I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Come on.
Didn't make it.
Didn't name that right.
What? No, get in the way.
I mean, you didn't really have a good time to use your ult during that entire thing, so that kind of is annoying. The main issue you had there is just, left click combos and shielding's okay. Again, it's just tough to get charged against that double sniper. And then, yeah, you probably could have used your grab, but there was truly no good opportunities for you.
Damn.
What the hell?
Let's see,
They
what was
should not
the
have won
second
that.
time
They
that you
had no
said?
healer. But they had way more damage than us.
118.20.
Actually, no, they didn't.
Here. Can we get Dance Party Part 2?
Where?
Damage.
Alright, Part 2. King's Row is a little bit better. I see Junk Soldier, Lucio, Zarya. I think I heard a diva there.
Now it's only 70% faster.
Yeah, feels bad, honestly.
Yeah.
I loved that shit, man.
Yeah, diva. So, you don't have any main tanks. What I call a main tank is like basic, or anchor tanks, I guess would be the correct term. It's just Ryan or Orisa. If you're on attack, then Winston also works. But that's just because dive comps are very good. Oh man, my handwriting is just bad on this, isn't it? So the reason why they're good is because you can do leapfrog with them, which is a little strategy where basically, why do I try to draw arrows? Let's be real here. Rhine Shield gets low, Rhine Shield goes down, and then here's how it goes. You walk up in front and bubble yourself, and then when your bubble goes down, you fall back. Rhine walks up in front, you bubble Rhine, and then Rhine falls back. Whoops, wrong color. And by that time, you've gotten almost full charge because they're still going to be spamming bullets your way. And Rhine has been able to recover 1,000 shield health. And you still effectively had shields protecting the rest of your team. Orisa, it's the same thing. You walk in front of her shield, she'll walk in front of her shield, she'll replace her shield. It's a little bit easier with Orisa, but it requires a lot more teamwork because often, you'll walk up to try to get charged and then she'll just throw her shield down in front of you and then that stops you from getting any charge. Winston, how it works is Winston dives in. Winston dives in. You shield Winston. He waits. He puts his shield down. His shield goes down. You walk up and you shield yourself to protect him. That just helps you get charged and it protects your other tanks. And it gets, you with high charge is essentially a soldier, except there's no spread on the bullets, so it's a lot easier.
Can I spray while dancing? Nah.
What a shame. Make Overwatch playable, honestly. Can't spray while dancing.
Alright, I'm gonna
You got
protect
rock.
the left side
Yeah.
of the theater.
Hey, this guy plays Overwatch. Do you play Overwatch? No.
Is Lucio gonna dance? Oh, he's just gonna hit the wall. Alright, so with Diva, since she isn't an anchor tank, you have to be a little bit more careful. I'd be using your shields just to protect people more. Let's see the enemy comp, shall we? Roadhog, that's perfect. Okay, I wanted to see you play against the Roadhog. Road Rhine Soldier? But here's the thing with Roadhog. As Zarya, you are the Roadhog counter, period. You're the only Roadhog counter on your team, except for Diva, kind of. But, I mean, he can hook the Diva through her thing. You need to save your shields for the Roadhog. And this is one of the things about Zarya. There's several people when you play against, you just have to save shields. Heavy dive comps, like triple DPS dive comps, you have to save shields. Because, you know, they'll just dive your healers. And if you don't have the shield for the healer, your healer will die. Roadhog, you have to save your shields because Road will hook a healer or hook a DPS or even hook a tank. And if you don't have your shields for that person, they will die. So you need to be playing more passive just right off the bat because you don't have any shields to block this Road. So he's going to be getting hooks, which is going to be getting you charge. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. Come on.
A little bit too aggro there. So your shield's about to go down and you're in direct hook range of him. So you got to be very, very careful. I would immediately start moving around this corner. As Zarya, you have to make sure that you do not get hooked if you're playing against Road. Yeah, good, perfect. You ran behind that. Diva's probably about to get hooked. She's out in the open. You know Road's there. You know he has his hook. A little bit early on that shield, she wasn't taking any damage and she has her defense matrix up. Yes, she just put it up, but still you have to expect Divas to do that. That's like their job. Because, you know, she's trying to protect you here. Whoops.
Yeah, like, boy, it's
I feel
serious business.
like it's quick play just because there's
If
like
you don't,
no
Roadhog and Mercy
penalty.
together, they're heading left.
That's
Maybe
dangerous.
flanking
True.
left.
Good,
God damn.
good call out there because now the junk's spamming it. That's perfect. Yeah.
Ooh.
Alright, a little bit too aggro there. You saw the Road drop, which is a good target alone, but since he has the Mercy and the Rhine with him, you need to be playing a lot more passive here. So imagine this is a top-down map. Here's the stairway. The road's on right now. Here's this back area. There's the window. Here's the gate. I know it's not perfect, but stay with me. And then there's the statue right there. You're playing like here. Your Diva's like here-ish. And then the rest of your team is like scattered around this general area. You can see how out of position you are. Once your shield goes down, which it will go down soon because Road's probably about to left click it, you're going to get hooked and then you're going to die. You need to make sure you're falling back soon, and you just got to give them high ground here.
Oh, money.
So yeah, there comes the left click, and now you got to be careful because you have no way to protect yourself. You have nobody with you to use projected barrier on and then stand behind. So like, you know, if this is the teammate, whoops, it's on highlighter. If this is the teammate and then this is you, you can projected barrier them and just stand behind it to block incoming fire. But there's no one with you, so you can't. I would definitely just be running here.
Ooh.
Oh, you got Junkrat. Nice. That's actually perfect for this.
Jump, baby.
That would have been a good hook or a good shield against that Diva. You saw her get hooked. Good, just left clicking on the Roadhog here. This is full ult charge for you, basically. It's a big battery. Jeez, how many times will I do that?
Excuse you. That is like
Still,
so
just hold
rude.
left click.
That is so. Thank you. Butch.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can see you were at like 20-30% charge at the beginning of that fight, and now you're at 70, so. It's perfect. Good shield in the front. They have the Junkrat. That's going to be a lot more charge for you still. I'd be a little bit careful because if you try to shield against the Junkrat's bombs, you might not have shield for the Roadhog hooks and vice versa.
That beautiful charge.
So now it's going to be like you have to use shields a lot, but also not a lot. So it's a tough time to play Zarya, but it's a lot better than the other map because you're actually getting charge.
What is this, girl?
Yeah, hold left click.
Do you have your counter? Do you, girl? What is you
You can see 85% charge already.
doing? Girl, come on now.
Not a great shield there. Lucio can speed boost away, which he was doing, and now that Road's back, he might be able to get a hook on you or someone else.
87%. Ooh, bitch.
be really careful here. Your shield's down and you could get hooked or dived.
There can only be one jump.
Sorry.
My ultimate is almost
Good communicating with your team.
ready.
Diva's chilling on the left and the left side.
Alright.
You're pushing up a little bit further than I'd like to since you don't have any anchor tanks. Just yeah, you have grav. You can use it. I would consider basically sitting. Whoops, sitting right here or sitting. Air view. Here's the statue. Here's the doorway. Here's the gate. Wow, what a great drawing. Sitting here, sitting here, sitting here, just sitting somewhere and just waiting for them to push and getting a good grav.
Fuck Diva, man.
Someone got hooked. Who got hooked?
My ultimate is almost ready.
Diva's chilling on the
Did
left
Farah get
and
hooked?
the left side.
Alright.
Yeah, Farah got hooked right out of the sky.
Diva, man.
That's
Oh, crap.
ooh, not a great ult there. Okay, let's I'm gonna watch this thing through, then I'm gonna go back and talk about it.
Get your asses here, bitches. Ah, fuck. No, 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 you hater.
That would have been a good shield.
You a hater. You a hater. You are mean and I don't like you and I hope you get diarrhea.
All right, shield there against the diva. She was backing up with her defense matrix, so not great. I feel like at this point, since you're like in the fight, you're just kind of using shields as much as possible, which is not ideal. You want to make sure that you have really strategic shields against Roadhog hooks or against Junkrat bombs, because if you just kind of pop out your shields, then you're in these periods like right now where you're 5 seconds without a shield. That's a Roadhog hook and a kill.
Little bitch. I hope your freaking mech runs out of gas, bitch. So
That's pretty good. Mercy here is a huge target for you. You're at 60 charge. That's easy left click and then quick right click melee, or even just like right click and then right click melee, and she's dead.
let me get to Mercy. Oh, where are you? Where's she?
Yeah, go focus that Mercy.
Yo, 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 yo. Remember me? Yeah. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Is it an Anna? Better kill the old bitch.
I would have liked to see a right click there just because Honor's a little bit hard to track.
Call life alert,
Genji's upstairs
bitch.
behind you.
Good time to reload.
Genji's upstairs with Junkrat.
Right, yeah, I mean, you're 50% ammo right here. There's no reason not to reload.
Shoot. Yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh,
Genji's still
ooh.
upstairs behind us.
Fucking G.
Oh, watch out. He's got Dragon Blade.
Ooh.
My ultimate is charging.
Junkrat just
Okay, let me go back to that ult. Sorry, I almost forgot. Where was it? It was right here.
on the left side.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. I almost forgot. So Fair gets hooked. That's one person that can't
Diva,
combo.
man. Oh, crap.
Soldier's next to you, Lucio's next to you, Diva's a little bit further behind. So here's what you know. You know Road, Genji, Mercy, hook down, and Lucio, Soldier are with you. Road alts. So at this point, you shouldn't ult. Because this Roadhog ult and Roadhog ult is a counter to to Zarya ult, because it pushes people away and then you can't combo. And you're about to see that. The counters to Zarya ult are, Mercy, Zen, Road, Rhine. I'm just putting the first letters because I can't write the whole names because the handwriting on this is awful. Anything that can, stun you guys, push you guys away, stop you from doing damage, res if everyone dies. Lucio also counters, obviously. Just things like that. Rhine shields, Diva's right click. These are all counters to it because they'll just stop you from doing any combos. So at this point, since the road is going, I would not ult. I would wait for them to go in behind the road ult, because this road ult is going to push everyone away. I would hide right in this corner, and then once this Mercy and some of the DPS move up to this gate, that's when I would grav. So you pop grav there. Let's see. So you kind of shoot it here, so it's going to hit this back wall, which isn't great because these people, if they wanted to get away from it, they could move this way. This road, if he wanted to get away from it, could move this way. I would, if you were going to pop it here, I would say either pop it right here, because that'll pull the road in and anyone else trying to advance, or pop it all the way back here just to keep the rest of the team away as you focus this road.
Get your
It
ass
does
here,
end
bitch.
up getting a lot, which is good. You see the Ana, you see the Mercy, you see the Genji. But here's the problem. This road ult is about to push you away in a second. What you need to do as Zarya here is just focus the healers. Because Genji can dash away. Mercy will be able to fly away in a bit. And Ana won't be able to get out. So I'd pick one of these two. Preferably, I would say the Ana, unless you feel like you can kill the Mercy in time before she can fly away to this road. But I'd just pick that on and I'd kill her. Because, that's basically a one fight. Because that's one of the main healers that
Bitches. Ah, fuck.
probably could have killed Mercy there. But you can see now you're just getting pushed away.
No.
Yeah. Mercy flies out of it, and by this time it's gone. You can see this is kind of the time that I would be talking about where you're standing right here and they're pushing up. Roads in the front, Divas in the front. You wait for the defense matrix to go down, and then you grab. You get Genji, you get Mercy, you get Road, you get Diva, you get whoever that is, and you get whoever's kind of come around that corner in a second.
No, you hate her.
Right here specifically, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a sixth right there. Granted, there is several people on your team dead. I know Fair is dead, and whoever else just died. Maybe that was Soldier's dead.
You a hater. You a hater. You are mean, and I don't like you, and I hope you get diarrhea. You little bitch. I hope your freaking mech runs out of gas, bitch.
Again, good time to reload right there. Your reloads aren't great. Whenever you get a little bit of open time and you're at high charge and you're in the middle of a fight, you gotta just reload so you can focus people down.
You so mean. Let me get your Mercy.
You can see this Mercy kind of gets away because you might not have had enough charge. That would have been another right click that you could have used there.
Where's she? Yo, 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 yo.
A little bit too aggro too. Just because they already pushed on the point and killed a lot of your team. They're coming back from spawn, so I would like to see you play a little bit further back.
Yeah. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Is it an Anna? Better kill the old bitch. Call life alert, bitch.
Behind you. Genji's upstairs with Junkrat.
Shoot. Yeah.
Genji's upstairs with the Junkrat. You hear that call out? Good shield.
Genji's still upstairs behind us. Yeah.
You hear the Genji's still behind. You can just, you can't do that much. That's mostly like Diva's job or like someone else's job. But you can definitely shield people if they try to go in to pressure him.
Watch out. He's got Dragon Blade.
Ooh.
That's free charge for you and protecting a healer, so you gotta watch out for that.
Junkrat's in the little house right here. Outside.
Keep it up. I'll try and go around. Drop my ult.
Blade comes out. So let's watch. You used your shield, and I don't like that you used your shield. Because you know they had Blade, and you know they're probably about to push up because they did just lose a fight, so they're already. This is the time when the team's grouping up, the enemy team, so they're about to push in.
Watch out. He's got Dragon Blade.
So you hear his Blade, so that's when you gotta be like, okay, let me save my shield.
Junkrat's in the little house right here.
So you shield Diva because she's up here in the front, which is good, but save it for a hook, save it for the Genji Blade, save it for a Junkrat spam, something like that. You get only a tiny bit of charge. Genji Blades, Nano Blade nonetheless. If not Nano Blade, sorry, they nanoed somewhere else. If Genji Blades, so let's just say, real quick, this is the point, and yellow's your team, and I guess pink will be the Genji. You got Zarya, you got Diva, you got Mercy, you got Soldier. What you need to do is Zarya runs this way, Diva runs this way, Mercy runs this way, Soldier runs this way. And how it goes is, let's say, so who would Genji realistically go for? The Mercy. Mercy runs to here, gets bladed once, says, oh no, I gotta get out of here, flies to you, you shield her. And then he's stuck here with no dash, probably, because he'll, dive up in the sky and then dive back down, and that's his dash. And if he does have dash, then he dives on you two, and then you both split away. And this just makes sure that yes, the Genji will kill one, but then he gets his dash reset, and he won't be able to dash anyone else because everyone's so far away. Or you can just super focus the Genji, but Genjis are pretty hard to hit, so.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
That would have been a good shield.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Yep.
good push.
Where is your mercy?
Good focus there. Good. You saw the mercy beam. Good focus.
Honey, where is your mercy? Hey, fuck off.
Good waiting a little bit before the shield so you can get both charge out of it and get away. A little bit too aggro here. Look at your health. You're at 170. This road can one-shot you if you push too far.
She's dead.
Ooh. Come here. Think.
Good work there. If you wanted to kill you probably could have, but good time to reload right here. You just killed someone, so it's perfect. You'll see now you have to reload. That just gives this Genji a little bit extra room, a little bit extra time.
Excuse you, I am Zarya.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Alright, yeah, you're at 93 on grabs. This is going to be big. Again, I'd be looking for kind of a flanky grab on a healer just because how their team comp is. You don't want to get the D.Va in it. If you have the choice between getting 5 people versus 6, assuming the 5 is no D.Va, choose the 5, Arva. Choose 5 because D.Va will undoubtedly be able to save other people. Also be communicating, saying, hey, who's going to combo with me? Like, get that planned out beforehand.
Yeah, you're fighting there.
Did they seriously just res? Okay.
He was upstairs.
Good focus on the D.Va there. You guys could just kill her, and that's a big stagger.
Fuck you, Anna.
You can shield Soldier right here, and that gets rid of the anti-heal. Shields get rid of all debuffs, so Discord, anti-heal. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know there's more. Yeah, you got it right there. Not great because he did kind of already get away, but it's whatever. That wouldn't have been too bad of a grab, but you don't have it yet.
Oh man. Hold on now. 7, 6.
Yeah, you count in down.
5.
Right there's a perfect grab. You got Road, Mercy, and then I believe this is either Honor or Genji. Doesn't even matter. If it is Genji, you just have to wait. Watch out for that deflect. I would pop it right here maybe. This is one of the few times when it's okay to pop it on a wall just because the car's there. Usually don't want to pop it on a wall though because obviously it's a sphere of influence and most of this map is 2D. Road can't go 3D. Mercy can't really go 3D unless there's a Pharah. So if you pop it on a wall, that's cutting off one of the XZ dimensions, which just, it's not as good. Yeah, it's on it. That would have been
That's why you don't leave it.
that would have been a perfect grab. Gets both healers and a main tank. That'll delay them to probably takes 10 seconds to respawn and another 5 to get back up. That'll delay them 15 seconds. Then they have to really hurry to get a push. If you do save it now, your goal, since you've already killed 2, you can see, save it until like 10 seconds or like 15 seconds and then pop it at the gate, and that'll just stall.
Thanks, honey bunny.
Rodog's in the house.
Road alts, feel free to shield your D.Va or someone there. Good work getting charged from it.
Bye. Think.
So at this point, Road's dead, and you can be a little bit more liberal with your shields.
D.Va's in the house behind us, coming out now.
Fuck Diva. Oh, here it comes. 2, 1.
Close one, but good.
Looking good.
She's gonna rematch.
Right, so this is kind of that point when you started focusing a little bit more on doing damage, and it probably would have been a little bit better if you went back towards the gate and grabbed, since there's only 7 seconds left.
Forgot about Mercy.
So, yeah, perfect there. You didn't wake up and just immediately like, oh, gotta pop grab. You looked around, you saw, okay, there's a person here, there's a person here. Let's pop it right here to make sure that they can't get on the point. And now all 3 of them are in the grab, and they're all dead, or they're just gonna lose because there's 0.2 seconds left.
Come here. Bitch. Ooh, creepy with the kill.
Nice work there.
That's fucking teamwork.
I would like to see you communicate a little bit better beforehand. Just say like, D.Va, I'm gonna be grabbing, get ready.
Tenacious D-bish. Where?
If you were to shield someone there, I'd just say make sure you shield the squishy and not your D.Va. Like the dancing mode.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Do you play Zarya again, or was that Pharah? I couldn't tell. Alright, it's Zarya again.
Fuck off.
Alright, this looks like a pretty fast map, so.
Hey, Daddy. Oh, that's cute.
I remember that one time in comp, I freaking fuck off.
Yeah,
I've been
I
robbed.
remember.
Alright, let's watch
I was
this.
so mad.
Bastion Road. That's free charge for you, straight up. You put your shield up here, and I feel like you're going to start moving behind this bus, but since you put your shield up, since you're so safe right outside your spawn, I would say get a little bit of charge from this Bastion. Same thing, turn around. This is a good time to use both the shields. You're right outside the spawn. You're going to get full charge, and then that's going to be a one fight.
You got a
I
bastard?
remember that.
You got a bastard?
Alright, Bastion's dead. You guys already won the fight. End of story. That's their main DPS. Like, they have a sim, they have a road. That's people you got to watch out for. But I would just be pushing right in right here.
Game up, motherfucker.
It's already a 5v6, and you can see just how out of position these two are. Like, they're dead. If you, I would call out, road, like, right side, just focus him.
Game up, honey. What's this? What's this?
So they're speed boosting away. That's smart by them.
Oh yeah, I see him.
Lucio thing is healing.
Good focus here. Good focus here.
Fuck off. Fuck off and Maxa.
Good shielding the Lucius. He goes through, getting those sim charge.
Bitch. Bitch.
Roadhog on the right. Roadhog dead.
A little bit easier to left click sim charge in my opinion, but I don't know how hard it is on console since I only play on PC.
Alright.
I feel like it would in fact be harder on console, but I don't know.
Let's push.
I would have waited like literally a second before pushing just to see if you could get your shields back up, but that's fine.
What is this?
Just knock out a couple of these DPS
Oh,
guys and
honey.
we'll be in.
Ooh.
So you shield right after he does his flashbang right click there, which is good, but he's not going to do it again because your team is pushing up behind you. So would have been better to save it there. You have 18 health, and there's a Bastion right there. Be very, very careful. I would move back towards that way and see if you get a health pack. Just try to hide. I know you got just hit from that direction, but you have to move that way. Like,
Oh, yo, I need heals. I need heals.
oh, okay, that was scary. You were like right in the vision of the Bastion. All right, good work there. Let me just do some final notes. Positioning, you're a little bit too aggro. Oh, one sec. Okay, let me just think of everything in my head real quick. So, attacking Graviton is used to execute fights. Tracer and Grav are the two most used ults to start executing a fight. Defensively, it's used to turn a fight in your favor, to guarantee a fight win, to, start winning a fight. You have to make sure you combo with someone though. Wait a little bit, pop Grav, get 6 people because you were playing passive. Yeah, sure, you weren't doing DPS in the 5 seconds it took you to hide, in the 5 seconds you were hiding. But that's okay because you're about to kill 6. Make sure that you have planned out who's comboing, say Pharah combo, and make sure that there's not like Pharah combo. Let's make sure we get D.Va out of mech first, and then your team focuses D.Va, she gets out of mech, you grab, you go. Positioning, you want to play more aggro with more charge, and more passive with low charge, and more aggro with shields up, and more passive with shields down. The most vulnerable time I find, the time when I die the fastest, is when I'm full charge, no shields. Because what I do is I'll play super aggro and I'll just pop my shield to like try to protect myself as I'm moving forward. And then I'm still moving forward and I have no shields and I have full charge, and it's a huge target for the entire enemy team. So I die so fast when that happens. So you got to make sure that when you are high charging, when you have no shields, you're playing a little bit more passive because you're just a big target. Shields, you're pretty much fine. I'd like to see you be a little bit more passive with them, a little bit more strategic. Think on the enemy team, who do I need to shield against? Like dive comp, do they have that? No, then you don't have to shield against that. Roadhog, do they have that? Yes, save shields for that. And try to just keep in mind enemy ults before you ult. So like if they have a Zen or they have a Mercy, and you're like, oh, they probably have ult, make sure to either get them in the grav, or make sure they're dead before you grav, or make sure that you don't get them in the grav. Or make sure you can just burst right through. Like if Pharah ult close range goes through Zen healing. Tracer Bomb obviously goes through Zen Healing because it's a burst damage. Overall, I mean, you did pretty well. I'd like to see you work on tracking a little bit. It wasn't a big issue. But just as important as tracking is the combos. Just, simple combos with, right click at their feet, it'll knock them up, easy to track, and then right click again, or like left click a little bit, then quick right click melee combo. That's an easy one and it's good. It's a little bit easier, I would say, and a little bit more consistent than the right click, left click, right click thing, because with right click, right click, it's a lot harder to follow that arc. But with just left click, right click melee, it's just a lot more burst damage. You get them down to half, and then this just bursts them down. Overall, not bad at all. Tracking, bubbles a little bit more passive, positioning maybe a little bit more passive. Alts I'd like to see you work on. Just make sure you don't. I feel like you use them a little bit too soon, actually. But I like it that you don't just use it randomly, and I like it that you don't use it only for 6 or something. Like you don't necessarily have to get 6. Make sure your team can combo when you do it though. Just say something in comms like I'm grabbing, and then it'll give your team probably half a second to start moving up or half a second to understand what's happening. And that's a big difference when it matters with comboing ults. Combos, again, just easy to learn, big effect. That's pretty much all I got. If you have any questions, feel free to PM me. Say like, what did you mean here? What should I do in this scenario? I mean, I'm here a lot of the time, and I'm on my phone the rest of the time, so I'll probably answer pretty quickly. If you would, drop a review in the reviews comments page in the WaWa's Bootcamp thing. That just helps us keep track of who coached who. And if you have any questions, just PM me. I'll do another one of these if you want me to. These take a little bit for me to do, and I am getting over sickness, so it'll be a little bit before I do any more, because this is gonna kill my voice for a little bit. But yeah, pretty good. Again, PM me if you have any questions and whatnot. Sorry if I'm being repetitive. Yeah, thanks. See you around.